Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you see me?
Yes. Are you sharing your screen?
Let me share my screen. Okay.
All right.
Can you see it?
I'm starting the clock. Yes. Good luck.
Okay. Fantastic. So at TRUSTLESS.AI, we're solving the problem of privacy of communications and security of transactions. That's a problem for all of us, but a UBS poll found recently that high net worth individuals, there are 16 millions of them with 53 trillion in assets, that's their second greatest concern is cybercrime and cybersecurity. Yet, even if they have a lot of money and they still can't buy anything that is better than an iPhone with secure messaging apps on it, no secure crypto phones and so on are mostly considered even less secure than an iPhone or an application. So this problem is really a problem of complexity, obscurity. These systems are just too complex. The supply chains are too large. Even the largest companies, they cannot control the whole supply chain. But is it really a technical problem? At heart, it's not really a technical problem because we solve this for aviation, for nuclear. Only 1 out of 16 million flights results in an accident. Everything is broken by design by powerful nations because they need to do their job to go after criminals. So you need to solve both problems together. You need to find this level of security, but still find a process to enable governments to go there. So our solution is to create a new computer, a 2mm thin standalone personal computer with an app store and everything. It's 100 times simpler than your phone in hardware and software. It's verified down to the CPU design, to the fabrication oversight, which even includes 5 randomly selected citizens that go and verify on the chip fabrication security, remove any blind trust. At the same time, we've been building for 4 years a new certification body that will certify all these good things that we're saying, and also certify this lawful access process by which 5 randomly selected citizens will actually act as a jury interface for any request for law enforcement on the server side. So initially, this device is, just a moment, let me stop. Okay, you see me. Initially, this device is attached to the back of a leather wallet that we give to the users in many different kinds, but we're already talking to Samsung and Huawei at very high levels to embed it in the back of your screen. So your next phone, if you're a Android user, will look like this. On one side, you'll have latest and greatest phone. We have a reflective screen. You don't even see a screen in the back. Then you flip it around, and you have your ultra secure private environment on the back. Initially, of course, it will take some time to log in with biometrics, but once you logged in the first time, it will keep the gyroscopes on, and you could just flip from your public sphere of communication to the private sphere of communication.
Thank you so much. We can move on to the questions, if there are any. So maybe Karen, would you like to start?
It's an interesting presentation. So
Go on.
Oh, yeah. So interesting presentation. I was just wondering around why it would need to be hardware. There's a lot of software solutions doing this type of stuff already that would work with platforms that exist.
Unfortunately, there is not an app for that. Even the most secure apps, even if they were perfectly secure, an app cannot be more secure than the device it runs on. So any malware installed on your device, which can be done by many mid-level hackers and innumerable people that can rent their capabilities, will spy information on your screen, spoof information on your screen, or get data at the CPU level.
Have you done any POC?
How big a problem is that for most people?
Well, for most people, it's not really a big problem because they don't have much to hide. They don't have many people that would get a lot of interest on getting information or making a fraud to them. But rich people, the richer you are, the more politically exposed you are, the more it's important for you. So much so that that's the second concern for high net worth individual. If you have a bus driver, that's definitely not the greatest concern for him is privacy. So crazily, the more money you make, the more you have to worry about cybersecurity because there's nothing you can buy in the market. And so it's 16 million high net worth individuals, and there's many others which are interested in this because they're privacy conscious, politically exposed, journalists, politicians.
Have you done any POC?
Yes, okay. So we've done a POC with the small family offices in Geneva as part of a FinTech Fusion acceleration over the last, and that was free POCs. Over the last 6 months, we've been engaging UBS, Julius Baer, and Credit Suisse, a group C-level, group head level, to get them into an agreement to do a paid POC with a 6-figure, which also comes with a exclusive go-to-market agreement for the first 12 months. Since we're only making 10,000 devices, we can give them exclusivity for the country to be, to have a competitive edge.
And what is the price actually of the hardware?
It will be sold as a managed security service, primarily because there's a lot of there's a training involved, there's a free replacement, there's support, but also because the higher the risk of the individual, the more we need to offer some additional services like advanced training for their executive assistant and associates, and even checking their physical premises, like their boats, their yachts, their offices, for video cameras that they may think they're trusted and they're not trusted. They could spy upon what they're doing on the screen. So there's a managed security service whose cost varies, starts at $500 a year, but then it could go up to $3,000 depending on the risk of the individual.
So just a quick one from me. I've seen many of these before. None of them get out of the ground. What unique things do you have? Because I've seen 2 companies like this that are multi-billion-dollar funded out of China that failed to get into the market. What makes you different?
Well, we know very well many of the projects, Black Phone, Sitting Labs, many got lots of funding, but none went all the way, and all of them wanted to replace your phone. None of them had this unique form factor of 2mm thin, which kind of disappears as far as usability and portability, and never went all the way down to CPU and fabrication level. One of the reasons they didn't go all the way down because they didn't have this solution of the front door. So they needed to leave some leeway for governments to do their job, and so just they knew they were lying. So, if I was just to synthesize it.
And if I'm a high net worth and I've got significant billions and a lot of information flowing to me via my phone, what gives me any kind of confidence that you have the necessary security, credibility, and longevity to be able to look after me?
Okay, as far as
unfortunately, we have to, yeah, you can write it in the comment section on the event so that everybody can see it. Unfortunately, we have to move on because this contest is very dynamic. So
thank you very much.
That's